Thank you, Laura. So what happens after this? Now we collect all this great produce. What do we do with it? We have all these bins with these great, and if you go upstairs and you want to look through we have a nice little PowerPoint that kind of gives you step-by-step of our whole program and what happens. But we take these collapsible black bins, we fill them with this lovely produce, we put them in our little van, we call it the Fruit Looper, and then we take it to an agency that we've contracted with who is going to now distribute this to those in need. And we have here Yanira Frias and Susan Chance from CRC, from Community Resource Center, right here down the road in Encinitas. I'd love for them to come up a little and give a little bit of your experience of what that is like, getting our produce and what that means for your population and who you serve and how that's changed anything. So.
Hello, everyone. As Ida was saying, so we're located on 2nd Street, right in the heart of Encinitas. So we are a social service agency. Our programs serve homeless folks, domestic violence victims, low-income folks, families, you name it. And so these families are coming into us with a need. And I think we can all agree that hunger is really real, and we see it every single day in our agency. So when our participants come in and they're ready to participate and get their groceries for the week, they come into our food pantry, and one of the most requested things that they ask for right when they get through that door is they say, do you have any fresh produce today? Do you have any vegetables? Do you have any fruit? And that's because our participants know the value of great looking and tasting produce, and they want it. And so teaming up with ProduceGood, I mean, it's just so great. We're able to fulfill that need for our participants. And our participants, I will tell you, they know the difference between organic, non-organic. They don't want, GMOs. And so they'll tell you, right, when they come in through that door, they say, oh, I want this great looking stuff. Do you have this today? Do you have that today? And we're able to fulfill that need. So that's just, it's really great. And so when this produce comes in, our volunteers and ProduceGood's volunteers are just ready to sort through all of that and just stock our fridges. And it's great. On a Monday, we have a very full fridge, and participants are getting fed, and that's our goal. And you'll see some of them will have very specific needs. They'll say, oh, I'm vegan, I'm vegetarian, I'm gluten-free. So it's, they know the difference, and they know what it does to their bodies, and it's a great awareness to have that, and the value of it. They truly know that. So it's great. And I just remember this one time I was there, and we got 1,000 pounds of produce on a Sunday, and I will tell you, it rained beets and carrots that Monday, and our participants were so grateful and so happy. So yes, I'm so grateful for this partnership. Sorry, I am getting over a cold. I'm so sorry. Yes, so we're really grateful, Nita, and we hope to grow this partnership. And so, yes, we're fulfilling a need, and ProduceGood is just helping us get there. So, yeah. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Susan Chance. I'm a volunteer at CRC's Food Distribution Center. I've been a volunteer there for about 1.5 years. You can find me there every Wednesday from 8 until 11:30. It brings me the greatest pleasure when I see participants come in and their nutrition and dietary needs are being met, and especially if they have special requests that we can provide for them. A lot of our clients don't have a whole lot in their lives, and just yesterday when I was there, there was a request for a pineapple, and that's all she wanted was a pineapple, and we were able to go in the back and bring back a pineapple for her, and her eyes just lit up like it was Christmas. I'm not one of the people that can say I don't know what they're going through, because I do know what they're going through, because I myself was a participant of CRC's Food Distribution Center not too long ago. I found myself in a place in my own life where I was alone and vulnerable and healing on my own journey in a mental, spiritual, and emotional way. And You know, I don't think it was by coincidence that I found CRC and I signed up for every single program that I was eligible for. And one of the programs was the Weekly Food Distribution Center. Going in once a week and having the staff be present for me in a loving, supportive, non-judgmental way was the encouragement and the power that I needed to get through what I needed to get through. And the food was wholesome and nutritious. And there was a part of me that understood that if other people felt that they could provide that for me, that I could learn again to provide that for myself. And that's what I've done. And it's because of support of such wonderful organizations and donors and agencies that are helping CRC to help us. I can tell you firsthand the gratitude and the just the appreciation. It's not taken for granted, and it goes on more than just the day. This nutrition that I received for my soul and my heart and my body fuels me now for the rest of my life. So thank you so much for being present.
Thank you so much, Yanira and Susan. Our next speaker is also a kind of a double duty, wonderful volunteer, very unique guy in our organization, Eric. He works for both ProduceGood as a volunteer and also for Special Delivery San Diego, which is another food pantry in the Hillcrest area. So he is a giver and a receiver. And I would love for him to talk a little bit about what that is like and what SD does. Okay. Especially, maybe you can talk a little bit about the program with the nutrition and the diabetes program.
Okay. Hi.
Thanks, Eric. Hi.
Thanks, Nina. Thanks. Hi, everybody. Susan, first I'd like to thank you for hosting us. The last thing my wife said to me before I left was, remember, Nita said 5 minutes or less, with the emphasis on less. So anyway, yes, my wife and I retired, we eventually ended up moving to San Diego for 9 months, which was almost 5 years ago. And I needed a place to keep busy. So I found Nita's organization to do the ProduceGood, the harvesting, the gleaning of the citrus. What Nita doesn't know is, one of the reasons I picked that is we were going to leave, and I figured this won't be too much of a commitment. But again, we're still here. So, but that organization, Nita's the harvesting part was only very, very, very part-time. So I looked for other opportunities and volunteered at something called Special Delivery San Diego. It is in Mission Hills. It was started over 25 years ago by a wonderful woman who still runs it. She owns the Huddle restaurant, if anybody's familiar with the Mission Hills area. She owns the Huddle restaurant, and she had a client the 25 or so years ago who would come in every day and eat, and he kept looking sicker and sicker. So she started talking to him, and it turns out he was HIV positive. So, and he said that the only meal he got every day was from her restaurant. So when he passed away, she decided to start this nonprofit that's called Special Delivery, because she started delivering meals 5 days a week to HIV positive individuals in the downtown San Diego area. So that is how Special Delivery San Diego started, and they still do that. They still deliver meals 5 days a week to people who have chronic illnesses that can't get out and shop and cook for themselves. As time went on, she started a pantry, which is where we're coming in with this thing. And the pantry now serves we average about 600 clients a month. So we are open, think about this, we're open 4 days a week, 2 hours a day. So 600 clients, that's a lot of people come in every day. So one of the things that the clients love about the pantry is that we always, always, always have a lot of produce. Whether it's from the donations from grocery stores or twice a month, I'm the market boss for Nita at Hillcrest, and we get that wonderful stuff from farmers like Laura and her daughter Sarah from Maciel. And folks, you would not believe how much the Maciel family donates. It is unbelievable. So we're very, very appreciative and grateful for that. Thank you very much. Then the third thing that Ruth does with Special Deliveries San Diego, she runs a diabetes class once a week, and she teaches folks with diabetes how to use, what to eat and what not to eat. And in fact, most of the produce that we get from the Hillcrest Market starts first in the diabetes program, because they go to a class and then they get the shop for things and produce included. So, and when we have the stuff from the farmers market, they just love it. So that's what we do, and our tie with Nita. And as I close, I want to say that Nita, I'm very appreciative and commend you and your team for thinking outside the box with how to try to get all the different partners together, the farmers, the nonprofits. And the hardest part is the volunteers, because it's hard.
Volunteers.
It's hard. So I hope that you and Jerry and Alex continue to think of ways to make that bigger and try and get more of the stuff out and about. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric. And finally, we have from our partner agency that also is a recipient of our produce, Kitchens for Good, which many of you have heard of. They have an amazing program, an amazing mission, and we have kind of been cohorts for many years now. And two folks from Kitchens for Good are going to come up and speak, Nina and Hammer. They are both coming from different kind of parts of the organization, and I'm going to let them just speak and kind of explain what they do and how they interact with ProduceGood. Get close.
So hi, my name's Nina. So I'm the food systems coordinator at Kitchens for Good. So I run the volunteer program and the food rescue program there. And ProduceGood has been such an amazing partner of ours because it allows local produce that's incredibly healthy and beautiful to be accessible to our recipients. We get such amazing items that it really expands what we can put out there for our partners. So we partner with a lot of different nonprofits here in San Diego. We send out little frozen lean cuisine meals that our students cook. To rewind a little bit. Kitchens for Good, our mission is to break the cycles of food waste, poverty, and hunger through our programs in workforce training, healthy meal production, and social enterprise. And so when we do get donated like fennel, lemongrass, it's really exciting for our students to work with these ingredients and create different menus that go to our hunger relief meal partners. So we're eternally grateful for ProduceGood and the whole family that we have in this network. So.
Is this thing on? All right, how's everybody doing? Good. All right, I don't get a chance to get out of the kitchen much. I'm Chef Hammer. And
You want to take the mic?
I don't think I need the mic. I'm delighted to be here because it was very hard for me to come here today, especially on this first anniversary of this special event. Knowing that all of my ovens are working and all of my students are back in the kitchen and they're without their leader today because I wanted to be here. So I'm honored to be here today. Oh, it took a lot of work to get here today, believe me. Indeed. Guys, I have the distinguished pleasure of cooking all the meals for a lot of our clients. A lot of the meals that we make at Kitchens for Good go out to homeless, go out to the elderly, and a lot of the students and after school programs, YMCA's, Boys and Girls Clubs, a lot of libraries. We make these meals for them, and I tell you, you couldn't pay me to do this. This is like a dream job for me. Thinking about why I do this, I do it for a lot of selfish reasons. I do it for the joy of seeing people who are suffering economically and are going home to sleep at night without food. So I do it for the joy of simply seeing people eating nourished and balanced meals. But where does that produce come from?
Well,
comes from Produce Goods. And I'm going to tell you right now, the food that we get is tremendous. It's tremendous. It's grade A quality. I'm utterly shocked every week that I go out here and see what's coming in, and it is just gorgeous, and I thank them for that. They always say that it takes a village to do anything, and we're partnered with them, and they are greatly responsible for our success at Kitchens for Good, and I thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you guys for coming today.
All right.